welcome to a video on variables. But before I jump in, I would like to tell you about some changes I'm going to make to this P5 editor. So of course we made the text bigger and this canvas over here, but I'm going to click on the settings again and click high contrast. I just think that'll be easier on the eyes, and I know, not like that. I mean, I think it'll be easier on the eyes and easier on me because I don't know, it looks better. So I'll start with today's topic, variables. What's a variable? Okay. Oh my goodness, I forgot to set up my whiteboard. Okay, I'm back. I've set up the whiteboard. Oh no, where did I put my pen? I'll just use big way with that. So what is a variable? A variable is I would describe it as a sticky note. A sticky note. But there's a catch to the sticky note. It can only hold one value. It could be a word, or some words like hello, Oh, hi, space, I am a cat, but it can hold the numbers like 2.1, or decimals, like, I think that's what's called, floats, like 2.1. What's a float? A float is just a number that isn't, that has a decimal point. I think it's called decimal point. Well, anyway, what is text called? Okay. Hi, I like to code. What would you call a string of text? Okay, to code. Now, I don't know, this is not the best. I like to code. I like P5. I like P5. How would you represent this in processing? In P5. How do you represent this in P5? Well, you would represent it as a string. But you can't just write out a string. You have to put every string within double quotes. Just so P5 knows this is a string. But back to the question, what is a variable? It's just a container for any of those, but it can only hold one thing. But before we get to defining our own variables, what are some built-in variables? A built-in variable is mouse x. Here's an example of built-in variable. Mouse x. Let me write this again. Mouse x is a built-in variable that you don't need to define. Okay, there's also a built-in variable called mouse y. This gives you the mouse X and mouse Y of the thing on the of the mouse. So I can say, let's say I have canvas. So if the mouse would say here, I'll try to draw a mouse. The mouse was here, the mouse X would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and mouse Y would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go all the way back over to the code and try this. Okay, so the shape I think I want to make move with the mouse, the ellipse. So I'll just say ellipse, mouse X, and mouse Y. And okay, it moves with the mouse. As you can see, our circle now moves with the mouse. This is a big achievement in life. Okay, this is a big achievement in life because now we finally figured out how to get something to move with the mouse. So this is really cool. Our circle is really cool. Now, what are some? Now we could remove mouse Y and only go on the X. Only have it go on the X. And I have a great idea. What if we could go mouse Y? And then, oh my goodness, oops, one thing, I meant mouse X. So go, it's like, oh, it's so odd, like mouse X, mouse Y for the X and mouse. This is like super cool, duper cool, because I don't know. What? So this is odd, but I'm just gonna go back to mouse X, and the other thing in the mouse, just mouse X. So now that we have this, let's define our own variable. That's the way it goes. How do we define our own variable? First, I'm just gonna write it out. So this is how we do it. Let y equals 0. So let y equals 0. So let's go through this. Let signals P5 that we're going to be declaring a variable. So let is this. Now let actually, this is so complicated, but let in the old days of JavaScript class P5, this used to be vol. Wait, I don't care about that. And so and now this is the variable name. I'm just gonna write vol name to signal for, so vol name, so this is like vol name, so vol stands for variable, and then this is the initial value, so dot value value. Start value. Now, this is of course semicolon. This means this equal sign. It means it's a set. It signals to P5 what we're gonna set it to. So let's try this. So I need to go to screen and say, I know, let's say, let y equals 0. And how can we use this variable? Oh no, not the console. So ellipse. So we can use it by saying, just typing its name. So now it's all the way up there. So I'm going to set it to 100 by default. 100 by default. But how do we change? But what if? So I'm going to zoom in at this line of code. Let y equals 100. But at one. But let me go over here. What happens if we don't want it to be 100 anymore, but we don't want to? What if we want to dynamically every frame change that value, the y value? Well, this is the easy, cool thing. We can, if we decide halfway through if we want to dynamically change the variable, not just have one value and set up. When we put the variable, when we make the variable, the variable value, the initial value, if we want to change the value of the variable after we've said let y equals 100, we just do the same thing except without let. So now that we have this, we can go and say back to the screen, go back to the screen and say we have, let's say we can go y equals mouse y. Now we have that other sketch, and now I want to show you something cool. We can do some basic math. I'm going to go back over here and say, oh, where did my pen go? We can do basic math. So in P5 we can do math. So we can do, let's say, we want a value to be, we can do basic math in P5. So let's say, we could say 200 plus 10, and that would handle it fine. 200 minus 10 would handle it fine. 200 times 10. Okay, what am I doing here with this odd symbol? This is the times symbol on the keyboard. Go and find that. Times 10. 200 divided by 10. Yeah, this is the divided symbol. So we can do this, but hold on, I'm going to present to you an idea. Y equals y plus 1. I'm going to say this every frame. When we call this every frame, we'll change y by 1 every frame. So that means if we said y equals y plus. So now that we can do that, we can change the value of, not just, we can go back over here. Screen. And say y equals y plus 1. I can hit the 1 button and, yeah, I can, the circle goes down and it disappears. This is so sad. So I want to talk to you. So this is so sad. We can go also, there's this other operator. I won't go into detail here. If you've heard of it, modulo operator. Oh, modulus. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think we could use this. Y, mod, width, height. Will this even work? Oh yeah, that works! Oh cool, that works. So that works. There is another way we'll learn how to do this. Smart operator, I won't go into detail here. I know, look up modulo operator. But now we have this new sketch. And you know what? So let's go line from 200 to 200. Actually, mouse X, mouse Y. Let's do this. So might just have to borrow the card. Let's go do that and also draw the point at mouse X, mouse Y. I know we're using mouse X, mouse Y. So now look at this. Cool. So next, till the next video, play with these. Wait, don't leave yet. I want to tell you about something called